All praises to the Creator. Hiya, hiya, hiya. All love to our Creator. Yah's the first, Yah's the middle, and Yah's the last. Yah is our everything. Hallelujah. Woo. So, um, I'm always asking questions. I don't care what it care, even if it's my dream, because dreams are Yah's way of communicating with us. And so, um, last night I dreamed I was cleaning. I was going to different apartments, people's apartments, and I had the master key, y'all. I had the master key to everybody's apartment. I was going in and I was cleaning different things. I was cleaning different things. And so I woke up, even though it's 6 a.m. here where I am at here in Colorado on this June 1st. Y'all, it is June. It is June. It's June already. Wasn't it just January? No, it's June. But I digress. Now, I was cleaning. So I asked y'all why? Why? What does this mean? Because I'm always praying and ask y'all. Because everything has a reason in when it comes to our Creator. Everything. There is nothing that is a coincidence. Everything is done by design by our Creator. Everything. Even how the daughters of Zion are being treated, how we're being treated by men. Because I was very confused about that, about why we were being treated so bad, the so-called black woman. Why are we being treated so bad? If you understand and understand, if you go and actually do the research and compare it to the prophets, you will find out that all they came in and murdered all of our men. They murdered them, and the only ones that were left are the women and the children. That was it. And there's too much evidence of that happening. And then they replaced our men with Hamites. They replaced our men with the Moabites, the Moors, aka the Moors. The Moors and the Moabites are the same people, y'all. The Moors, it's Moabites. They're the Moabites. They replaced our men with the Moabites. They replaced them with the Ammonites. They replaced them with Japhite. They replaced them with Esau. They replaced them with who's the other group? They replaced them with the Hebrew sons of Shem but these men are pagan, and that's why they truly hate us. I mean, all we have to do is just not agree with them one time, and then they go straight hate on us. Hate, 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 hate her. So I didn't understand what was going on. So the Creator had to show me this is why y'all going through this. And you can look it up in history. When they came to America, they unalived all of these men. They unalived all of these men in these groups and replaced it with the Canaanites too. They replaced it with the Canaanite Judites and the Canaanite, these people, and the Moabites and all this stuff. So this is why the men are so hostile towards the women, and they just look, they're killing us left and right all over the place. They're killing us. They just coming home just killing us and killing their moms, killing their sisters, just killing them. It's because they're not the in Isaiah 57. Um, the Creator, our Creator said, the righteous men are sleeping in their grave. The righteous men are sleeping in their grave. And then in Isaiah chapter 1, Yah says that the daughters of Zion are open booth. They're open booth. They're open booth. Yeah, they're open booth. But the reason I started this video is about cleaning. About cleaning. So, Yah had me going through the apartment buildings cleaning in my dream. In my dream. And I had the master key to go to everybody's apartment. I was going to different areas in their apartment cleaning. He was like, what does this got to do with anything? Well, I prayed about it this morning, and the Creator was like, tell them that they got to clean up the lies that was added to the things that was hidden. So here we're going to go to the Jeremiah 33 in the Amplified. Then the words of the Creator Yah came to Jeremiah a second time, while he was still confined in the court of the guard, saying, thus says the Creator Yah, who made the earth, the authority who formed it and established it. The authority the Creator Yah is the Creator's name. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you and even show you great and mighty things, things which have been confined and hidden, which you do not know and understand and cannot distinguish. Right, wait, what? What's been hidden? What's been hidden? See, Yah had me started out reading the Amplified verse, so I knew that was things hidden. So when I read the prophets over and over and over and over and over again, that's why I keep reading them over and over again. I've read them about 30 times, and every time I go back and read the prophets, it doesn't take long to read the prophets. Maybe to read all the books together, about 12 hours. So if I take a book a day, that's 3 hours a day. I take a book a day, and I keep going over the books and over the books and over the books and over the books and over the book. And then I'll catch something. I'm like, wait, y'all. Why did you say this right here? So why did you say this right there? You see what I'm saying? So then I go down the rabbit hole, and then I'll figure out what they added to it and what they took away. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I do it. So let's give an example. We know that they added in false names, right? We know that. Everybody knows that. So everybody is, the name is this, the name is that, some group says the name is Hawa. Some group says the name is Yahweh. Some group says the name is Yahuwah. Some group says the name is Ahaya. Some group says is Heya. Some group says is this. We know that they changed the name and put the LORD and the GOD in there, and we know that is not our Creator's name. Okay. So some people got that part, but they stopped right there. They stopped searching. So that's where you get your Christianized Hebrew Israelites, because they just changed. They just said, oh, the name, that's all they did, and they're still following everything that the wicked pen of the scribes put in there, right? Then there's some of us who went in and we was reading, we were like, hey, nobody can die for your sins. And then we went over and said, well, the New Testament can't be right. The New Testament can't be right because it says nobody can die for your sins. So then now we got your Yah onlys. You got your Yah onlys. But they stopped right there. They were like, well, yeah, they added this book to there. And yeah, they changed the name. But you didn't just stop right there. But you need to take into account that they took crafty counsel. They took crafty counsel. And they went in and they did what? Y'all says right here. Show you great and mighty things. Things which have been confined and hidden. You're like, wait. So it's something past. It's past. Things past. Y'all. There's things past. Somebody died for your sin. Right? Nobody can die for your sin. There's things past the name. So when you read it over and over and over again, you're going to find out different things. But you got to ask y'all, what is it? See, the cleaning. Y'all gave me the key of cleaning. Why? Because I constantly ask y'all every day to clean me out of the ways of this world. Empty me out of the ways of this world. And fill me with your walk. Fill me with your talk. Fill me with your laws. Do you understand and understand that if you're going to the left or the right of the law of any part, you are not going to get Jeremiah 31 and 31. If you come, when Yah shows up for Yah's visitation, Yah says y'all going to be perplexed. You're going to be perplexed. Why am I not getting Jeremiah 31 and 31? Why am I not getting that? That's why it says also in Isaiah 65 that some people would get to live as long as trees. Those are the people who have let go of certain things, but they still going to the left and the right of the law. Because you're not seeking with all your heart and all your soul and all your might. Proverbs. It is for a person to go out and find it. You got to go find it. David had to find it. David found out they was lying. And that's why they was going after David. So Yah is giving me the ability to clean things up. And then when I find it, I tell you, now if you don't want to believe Yah, don't believe Yah. Because I'm telling you, this is not me. This is not me. And then there's always confirmation that what I found is true. How do I know? Because when me and the daughters of Zion get together on the Sabbath day, and what we do, we get in there and we read the books again. We read the books again. And then we sit and ask questions. I'm not teaching no class on Sabbath no more. I don't teach no more. What we do is we are going down the rabbit hole looking for the gold, looking for the silver, looking for the things that they covered up, looking for the things that they hid, that they confined. And so we'll sit and we will go and do the research. We are going back to the Paleo-Hebrew. We're going back to that, and then we're comparing it with different things, and we're going and comparing. We're not just looking at one version of the book either. We got all different versions. And we'll sit there and read the versions, and we'll sit there and read them. That's why we'll be on there 8-9 hours. We'll sit there and read the different versions together. And we would go like, wait, why did y'all say this right here? Well, why did y'all do this right there? Why did y'all do this right there? Then why did y'all do that right there? Why did y'all say this here, right here? You see what it's saying? Because this is when we figured out about why to keep flip-flopping between Jacob and Israel. Why do you keep flipping-flopping between Jacob and Israel? Why do y'all keep saying house of Jacob? Then why do y'all keep saying house of Israel? Why do y'all keep saying this? Why do y'all do this? So this is the questions we ask, and so we go down the rabbit hole. I'm not just doing this by myself, y'all. We're getting there, and we're doing it together. We're doing it together as a family. And we're not arguing. We're not debating. We're just reading the Creator's words. And then we're seeking with all our hearts and all our soul from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet. We do this every Sabbath on Zoom. And we find out what is hidden and what is this. Because why? We want to get Jeremiah 31:31. So let's go to Jeremiah 31:31 because I don't want to make this a long video. And I don't want to argue in the debate because y'all tells us not argue in debate. So I'm not doing it no more. I don't want to do none of that no more. I got better things to do, like seeking y'all's words and find out what they hid. (31 and 31). Behold, the days are coming, says the Creator. I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, the northern kingdom, and that's not true right there. And with the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, not like the covenant which I made with the fathers in the day I took them out to bring them out of the land of Egypt. My covenant which they broke, although I was a husband to them, says the Creator. But this is the covenant which I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, says the Creator, I will put my laws within them, and I will write it on their heart, and I will be their power, and they will be my people. And each man will no longer teach his neighbor and his brother, saying, know the Creator, for they will all know me through personal experience, from the least of them to the greatest, says the Creator. For I will forgive their wickedness, and I will no longer remember their sins. So I'm going to place the law in your heart right here. But let's go to Isaiah 65. Hold on. Okay, I had to take a little minute there for something. Okay, I finished. I took care of that. Okay, so Isaiah 65. See, where do I want to start with this? Let's just start at new heaven and new earth. So Isaiah 65 is verse 17. Behold, I am creating new heavens and a new earth, and the former things of life will not be remembered or come to mind. But be glad and rejoice forever over what I created. Behold, I am creating Jerusalem to be a source of rejoicing, and her people a joy. I will also rejoice in Jerusalem and be glad in my people. And there no longer will be heard in her the voice of weeping and the sound of crying. No longer shall there be in it an infant who lives only a few days, or an old man who does not finish his days, for the youth who dies at the age of 100, and the one who does not reach the age of 100 will be thought as an accursed. They will build their house and live in them. They will plant the vineyards and eat the fruit, and they will not build and another occupy. They will not plant and another eat the fruit for all the lifetime of a tree. For so will be the days of my people, and my chosen people will fully enjoy a long and enjoy and long make us of use the work of their hands. So, do you see there's a difference between the people right here and the chosen? There's a difference between the difference and the chosen. So, the people that get to live long as trees, yes, you're going to be, there's going to be some people that, like Egypt. Remember, y'all chose Egypt. Y'all chose them, and those are not Hamites, y'all. If you go to the book of Jasher and the Sefer, it'll let you know that Egypt was Abraham's kids. That was not the Hamites. That's Abraham's kids. Because, see, Japhet wrote themselves into the book, and Ham wrote themselves into the book. They wrote themselves into the book. So they took our book and wrote themselves into the book. And y'all never gave them salvation because they mixed with, soon as they got out the boat, y'all, they started mixing with the fallen angels again. Soon as Japhet, and you can go look that up and read it and go down the rabbit hole and you'll find out that's what happened. But a lot of you won't even read past a certain thing, so you don't understand and understand that. And so when you see the sojourner, you think they're talking about Ham, and you think they're talking about Japhet. No, they're talking about Shem's kids, and they're talking about Abraham's kids. That's why y'all said they have the same rights as us. So they have the same rights because the Shemite, all Hebrew, aka Shemites, have the same rights as the Israelites. That's why they got punished the same as us too. And the reason why certain tribes of the Shemites are not even going to be allowed in because they did the same thing that Ham did and Japhet did. They went and mixed themselves with the Nephilim. And that's why y'all's like, stay away from them. Don't have nothing to do with them. Don't be with them. Why? Because they went down. Lot's children went and mixed with those Canaanites, which were Nephilim children. And if y'all don't want to believe it, that's between you and Yah. But if you go read in their in the book of Ezra, in the book that you have in the book of Ezra, it will show you that they went and mixed with these people, and y'all said no. And even Jeremiah 9, y'all says, I'm going to get y'all for doing this. And then look at the punishments. Look at when the reset happens. Where are the people at? Because y'all's going to place you based on your sins. Based on your sins. Y'all's going to place you in the kingdom based on your sins. Majority of the people are going to be outside of Zion. Majority of the people are going to be outside of Zion, y'all. Majority of them, they're going to be on the outside. And then, let's put it this way. Ask yourself this question. Why, after the reset, will there be people coming up and flowing to the mountain of Yah to be taught? If everybody's going to get the law put on their heart. because we just read the difference. These people right here, they say nothing about teaching. It says if they mess up, they're going to die. It says right here, they mess up, they're going to die. There'll be a curse. A curse is death. Right there. That's death. It says right there, they're going to die. It says right there, dying. It says it right there. But in Jeremiah 31, it says you won't even have to teach each other a fellow. Because the laws will be placed in your heart. And once the law is placed in your heart, you cannot die. If you cannot sin, you cannot die. So that is two different things that's going to happen. But it's still Yah's people right here. Yah's people right here. And then you go over to, what is that, Zechariah 13? A guy's going to walk up and say he's a prophet after the reset. And they're going to kick his ass. A man is going to walk up after the reset and they're going to kick his ass. So that means there's going to be some people, right, that's not going to have the law written on their heart. Then they're going to have to stream up to the mountain to learn. So you need to ask Yah, why are you doing this? What is going on? Live as low as some of Yah's people is gonna live as low as trees, and from my perception, it's gonna be Yah, and then Yah says, I have to call you. Those who you are called. So Yah poured into some of you, and you are over here still believing in that sacrifice when Yah said, I never did that. Yah said, I never said it. It never even crossed my mind. I never said it, and it never even crossed my mind. So if y'all never said it, and if you're doing it, then you're to the left and to the right of the law. So everywhere that somebody's talking about sacrifice, you got to know that's an ad, right? Then what else did they add? Let's go to this other example. This is how we figured out about the food. This is how me and Sheila figured out about the food. That they got us eating food that we ain't supposed to be eating. That's why me and her went and cleaned out our refrigerator and we got rid of a bunch of stuff. And it's like, oh, hell no. Because I want the law written on my heart. Oh, house of Jacob. O house of Jacob, come let us walk in the light of the Creator. Most certainly, the Creator, you have abandoned your people, the house of Jacob, because you are filled with the influences from the east. There's Yah saying the house of Jacob. So what things of the east are you doing? Then it says, and they are soothsayers who are like the Philistines. So you need to go see what the Philistines did as soothsaying. And then it says you strike bargains with foreign children and pagans. You need to go find out what that is. That's what me and her did. And if you don't want to don't go down that rabbit hole and go find out what these people were doing, then that's between you and Yah if you don't want to do that part, because that's the part I can't get you to do, but I can tell you. I can tell you if you don't believe it, that's between you and the Creator. He said, house of Jacob. We know that the house of Jacob is the women. Right there. They got you doing stuff of the east. So we had to go in there. Then what was it, Jeremiah? What the covering your head that Yah says what verse in Jeremiah was that about the covering your head? When I figured out that we ain't supposed to be doing that. Cause you gotta ask Yah why you say that, Yah. Your head with veils. And then the other thing, how I figured out Yah ain't no man. Yah ain't no man. Yah said I ain't no man. Yah said I ain't no man. I ain't Ish. And then they turned around and put it there in the later part that Yah says I'm Ish. So one of them is lying. So what I did is I went and broke down Yah's name. I don't care how many ways you write Yah's name. Whether it's the Hey or whichever one you do it. Even if you do it the Hawa. Yah is a female. Yah is not a man. But y'all ain't even ready for that. Y'all ain't even ready to listen to no woman. And y'all find out that the creator y'all is a woman. Y'all ain't gonna be able to handle. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that. They lied and made this whole book pay about a male energy, and y'all is not a male energy. It says that it does not say in the Paleo Hebrew. You got to go back and define it. That it says that wisdom came forth out of Yah. It does not say Yah created wisdom. Sound confirmation. Yah, the creator Yah came forth out of Yah. Wisdom came out of Yah. And they make it seem like they're separate and they're one. But y'all don't believe y'all not going out there cleaning. Y'all is like, I gave you the master key. Go in there and go and look. Y'all gave me the time and y'all gave me the eye. If you have questions on why they said something, ask Yah and then Yah will show me. Pray about it to the creator Yah and y'all show me, and then I'll go down and I'll seek down there and I'll find it until I will not stop until I find it. I have the time. I know y'all all have jobs. Y'all have things to do. But I'm retired. I have the time to sit here and read and read and read and read and read. Sometimes I will read straight 12 hours out the whole day. I have time to read. But if you want to keep doing it and then you just get the law, you don't want the law written on your heart so you can live forever and ever and you ain't got to teach your brother. And the reason why I called that portion a lie over there is because I believed this until I believed this right. Hold on, let's go back. Do. So I believe that it was the northern kingdom, which is the house of Israel. I believe that. I used to believe that. But the problem with this is there was no house of Israel in the wilderness. There was no house of Israel in the wilderness. They didn't split until after they already had come over into the land. So then, if that's the case, If there's no house of Israel, ain't the northern kingdom. So I used to believe that that was that right there. I used to believe it. But if you go over to Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel 20. Yah says here, this is where that's when I figured out this was a lie. Yah says, in the desert, but the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. In the desert. Yah saying this, Yah's talking about right here. When we was in the wilderness right here. When we were in the wilderness. They rebelled in the wilderness. This is what Ezekiel 20 is talking about. They rebel against in the wilderness. And then it goes down and says, your fathers rebel against me in the wilderness. The house of Israel, your fathers. They didn't want to do the Sabbaths. And they didn't want to do the Sabbaths. They wanted to eat meat. They wanted to do all these things. And they took in the Moabite wives. And you can find that in the book of Jasher. That they went and took in those Moabites, those Midianites, and they put aside the daughters of Zion. And they did it in the wilderness. So how could it be the house of Israel rebelling in the wilderness when they know how there's no northern and no southern tribe yet? How could it be? The 10 tribes there was no 10 tribes. And there was no 2 tribes until after they got into the land. They still in the wilderness now. They're still in the wilderness. So we know that and it says, then I decided to pour out my wrath on them in the wilderness to annihilate them. But I acted for my name's sake. This lets you know this is in the wilderness. And Yah saying right there, there's the house of Israel right there. So that cannot be the northern tribe. That's why I figured it out. This is when I realized that they tried to trick you. They tricked you right there. This cleanup right there, that's a cleanup I just did. And then when I started reading in the Stone Edition Tanakh, I realized it tells you in the Stone Edition Tanakh, that's why y'all wanted me to get the book, is that when over here, let's go to Exodus 20. I'm sorry, Exodus 19. Where is it in here? Oh, hold on. I gotta lay down. I'm laying on my arm and it hurts. Okay, so it says here, Moses went up to the Creator Yah on the mountain, and our authority called to him and from the mountain says, say to the house of Jacob and tell the Israelites. It says, and tell the Israelites. Now let me show you. So this is the house of Jacob. That's what it says there. And then tell the Israelites. So that's 2 separate groups, y'all. That's 2 separate groups. So let's go No, let's keep Exodus 19. And let's go to, where is it? The NIV. This is where we go and read different ones. NIV. See, it's still, I knew it was going to do that. I've been learning because I've been doing this research so long. Like I said, I have the time because I'm retired. A lot of other people have jobs. Is you will say to the descendants of Jacob, and you are to tell the people of Israel. Two different things. Two different things. So now let's go. Bang, 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 bang. Boom. Let's just do it this way. Let's go to Exodus. Go. Like I said, I got the time. I'm retired. I don't have to. I'm retired, so I can sit and read and read and read and read. And I used to think I was gonna go back to work because they be sending me job offers for like $30-something an hour, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But doing, and my favorite thing, catering too. But every time I think I'm doing better, something end up happening. So let me see. So it says it right here. Now this is the Hebrew over here. That's the Hebrew. So it says here. Moses ascended to the Creator, and the Creator called to him from the mountain, saying, so shall you say to the house of Jacob and relate to the children of Israel. I'm like, wait a minute, what? But then there's a star right there. So you need to go over here and find out what was left out, because what it is right here is they're giving us the standard stuff over here on this side, the standard stuff that we got in our book. But then at the bottom, all the things that were left out is down here. All the stuff that's left out is down here. So you go down there and you find out what was left out. Then it'll tell you right here, clear as day, that the word say implies mild speech when Moses spoke to the house of Jacob, which refers to the women. And he was to express the commands in a manner suited to their compassionate maternal nature. The word and relate implies firmness from when Moses spoke to the children of Israel, which refers to the men. So now, putting that together, now when you go over here and read that in the wilderness, in the wilderness in Ezekiel 20. Now let's go to Ezekiel 20 and read it now with that knowledge. You just a man hater. No, I'm not no man hater. I'm looking what y'all said. I ain't got no, I'm gonna keep saying it and I'm gonna keep saying, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I ain't got no dog in this fight. I ain't got no dog in this fight. It's all about what y'all says. That's what I'm trying to save myself of what y'all says. Not what Tess says. I ain't got no dog in this fight. I can't do anything without the word of y'all. I can't make no choices without that. I ain't got no dog in this. I ain't writing no books. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't adding to. I ain't taking away. I'm finding out the hidden things that I do not know. That's all I'm doing is finding out the hidden things that I did not know. The great, and it says there are great things that are hidden from us. There are great things that are hidden from us. Great. Great. That to me, that sounds very serious for it to be great. I ain't finna play. I ain't finna play. Then and then what y'all said, when the visitation come, y'all gonna be looking perplexed. I ain't finna be sitting around here looking perplexed. Now when you go read this, oh, I gotta get my eyes a minute to focus. Where my glasses at? It's writing so little. Now when you go read it, you see the difference. Now you understand why y'all saying what y'all saying. Then it's, let's go. Ezekiel 20. Now you go and read verse 13. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They did not follow my decrees, and they spurned my laws, through which if a man fulfills them, he will live through them. And they desecrated my Sabbaths exceedingly. So I had thought to pour out my wrath upon them in the wilderness to make an end of them, but I acted for the sake of my name. Now, if you go up here and read up here. But it says here, thus says the Creator Yah, on the day that I chose Israel, and I raised my hand in oath for the seed of the house of Jacob. So the house of Jacob is the women. And made myself known to the house of Jacob. Them right there is the house of Jacob in the land of Egypt. I raised my hand for them, saying, I am the Creator, your power. And on that day that I raised my hand for them, swearing to take them out of the land of Egypt into the land that I sought out for them. And the land flowing with milk and honey, a splendor for all the lands. And I said to them, every man cast away the detestable idols, every man idols, and his eyes. Do not defile yourself with the idols of Egypt, and I am your power. But instead of doing that, what did the men do? They rebelled against me and did not want to listen to me. No man of them cast away the detestable idols of their eyes. They did this in the wilderness. They did it in the wilderness. Keep reading. So you won't think I'm trying to go up against the men. Let's keep reading. So I had thought to pour out my wrath upon them, to spend my anger on them. and in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I acted for my name's sake, that it not be desecrated in the eyes of the nations whose midst they were, before whose eyes I had made myself known to them, promising to take them out of the land of Egypt. So I took them out of the land of Egypt and brought them to the wilderness. I gave them my decrees and my laws, and I made known to them through which, if a man fulfills them, he will live through them. And I also gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, to know that I am the Creator Yah who sanctifies them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness, and they did not follow my decrees. They spurned my laws, through which, if a man fulfills them, he will live through them. And they desecrated my Sabbaths exceedingly. So I had thought to pour out my wrath upon them in the wilderness, to make an end of them. But I acted for my name's sake, that it should not be desecrated in the eyes of the nations before whose eyes I had taken them out. I also raised my hand in an oath against them in the wilderness, not to bring them into the land that I had given them, and the land that flows with milk and honey, a splendor for all the lands. And all of this because they spurned my laws and did not follow my decrees, and they desecrated my Sabbaths, because their hearts kept going after their idols, and my eye pitied them rather than destroy them. So I did not put an end to them in the wilderness. And I said to their children in the wilderness, do not follow the practice of your fathers. It was your fathers. It was the men who did it. It was the men who did it. And do not observe their laws, and do not defile yourselves with their idols. And I am the Creator, your power. Follow my decrees and observe my laws and fulfill them. Sanctify my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, for you to know that I am the Creator, your power. Now it says the house of Israel rebelled against me, and there was no 10 tribes then. There was no 10 tribes then. But it's y'all calling you the house of Israel. Then you go over here. Let's go to Jeremiah 9. Go down so make it faster. Jeremiah 38. Well, since I'm right here, let's go to Jeremiah 31. Yeah, I got bad spasms. I've been having some bad spasms. Muscle spasms, y'all. They've been kicking my butt. So as it says here, Jeremiah 31 and 30. Behold, the days are coming. These are the words of the Creator, when I will seal a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not like the covenant that I sealed with their forefathers on the day that I took them hold of their hands to take them out of the land of Egypt, for they abrogated my covenant, although I became their master. And these are the words of Creator, for this is the covenant that I shall seal with the house of Israel after those days. I will place my Torah within them, and I will rewrite it on their heart, and I will be a God for them, and they will be a people for me. And they will no longer teach each other his fellow, each man his brother, says, saying, know the Creator, for all of them will know me, and for their smallest to their greatest. These are the words of Creator, and I will forgive their iniquity and will no longer recall their sins. Okay, now you see that there. That is the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Well, then where's the house of Jacob at? Where's the house of Jacob at? Right there. Because Jacob, the house of Jacob already been talked about in this same book up here. Right here. Make a road marker for yourselves and set up a landmark for yourselves and set the thoughts of your heart upon the route that you are walking. Return, O maidens of Israel. Return to the cities of yourselves. How long will you slip away, O wayward daughters? This is Yah's talking to the house of Jacob right here. Talking to the house of Israel down there. Talking to the house of Jacob up here. Then it says here, how long will you slip away, O wayward daughter? For the Creator has created something new in the world. The women will court the man. The women going to do what? We're going to be the teachers. Let's go over here. That's the house of Jacob. Let's go over here. House of Jacob is different. It's the women. Let's go to la 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 do. It makes me happy that y'all allows me to do this. Hold on, let me pause and let me answer this question right here. Okay, so now if you go over here, Jeremiah 9, and read it. Thus says the Creator Yah, let not the wise man glorify himself with his wisdom, and let not the strong man glorify himself with his strength. Let not the rich man glorify himself with his wealth. Now we just read over there in Jeremiah 31, chapter 31 and 30. It's gonna be hot today. Okay. Let me turn the AC on. Okay, so chapter 31. Jeremiah chapter 31, we saw was the house of Israel in Judah. All right. Let's go down here and read this. Thus says the Creator, let not the wise man glorify himself with his wisdom. So it tells you right here, women, speak. This is the house of Jacob. Yeah, I was talking to right here. Speak and do what? Teach. Says it right there. It says, O woman, hearken to the words of the Creator Yah. Let your ear absorb the words of the Creator Yah's mouth. Teach, lament to your daughters, and each woman adores your friends. For death is ascended through the windows. Why? Why did Yah say that? Because the what? The fathers have taught the people what? The fathers had taught the people to what? Right here. To do what? Follow Baal. The fathers are teaching Baal worship. Right here. They follow the visions of their own heart, and they follow the Baalams. Baalams is more than one deity. It's more Baalams. When they do it with the I am, it's more than one. And they're like as their fathers taught them. Their fathers taught them to worship Baal. Right here. Let's go down. But let's go look at the house of Israel right here. Now, Thus says the Creator, let not the wise man glorify himself with his wisdom, and let not the strong man glorify himself with his strength. Let not the rich man glorify himself with his wealth, for only with this may one glorify himself. Contemplating and knowing me. You can only glorify yourself with contemplating, knowing the Creator Yah. For I am the Creator Yah who does kindness, justice, and righteousness in the land. And for in these is my desire. What is Yah's desire to do? This is Yah's desire. For who? The women to speak and the women to teach. This is Yah's desire. Why? And then what does Yah say after that? Behold, the days are coming. These are the words of the Creator. When I shall deal with everyone who is circumcised for his uncircumcision, with Egypt, with the tribe of Judah, with the tribe of Edom, with the children of Ammon, the tribe of Moab, with those who have dwelt in the remote corners of the wilderness, and for all of those nations that are uncircumcised, and the house of Israel. Right there is uncircumcised. Their house of Israel is uncircumcised hearts. The house of Israel is who? The men. You're like, wait, what? The men. Hear the words of the Creator has spoken concerning the house of Israel. Do not learn from the ways of the nations. Do not be frightened by the signs of the heaven. Y'all is fussing at the house of the men. Right there. Y'all thinking this is the 10 tribes. No, it's not. 10 tribes gone. They've been gone. They've been gone. This is the men. 10 tribes long gone when Jeremiah is written. They ain't even nowhere near. When the book of Isaiah is written, they ain't nowhere near. By this time, Judah has taken over all the lands. All of it. House of Israel gone. They over there in Azareth. Minding their business. They ain't even in the middle of none of this. They ain't even in the middle of none of this. This is the men. And what was the other one I wanted to show you the difference? What is that? Isaiah chapter. Where my book at? Because I got so many precepts written down. And I did not mean for this to be this long. Oh. And like I said, you can think I'm crazy. You can think whatever you want. You ain't got to believe me. But you need to be praying to Yah and find out what the hidden things are. You need to be praying to the Creator Yah and find out what those hidden things are. Now, where did I write this down at? Just I got so many precepts written down. The sun is the healing. I got that one. Diva, go outside. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go let Diva out. Okay, Diva. I know. How dare they be outside? I know. Lay down, Bishop. I know. So we're going to go to Isaiah 49. Right here. Hey. And we're going to see the difference. Hey, y'all, sit down. Sit. And it reads, You are my servant Israel, in whom I take glory. But I said, I have toiled in vain and used my strength for nothingness and not. However, my judgment is with the Creator Yah, and the reward for my accomplishment is with my power. And now the Creator Yah, who formed me in the belly to be a servant to the Creator, said, I shall return Jacob to the Creator Yah, Jacob, so that the house that Israel would be gathered to him. I will return Jacob to the Creator Yah. Y'all said Jacob right here. So what? So that Israel would be gathered. I will turn Jacob, the women. Hey, stop it. I understand. Where's my water at? Get on up here and lay down. I understand there's people outside. How dare they? How dare they be out there? Okay. Now, you see that right there? When Jacob turns back to the Creator Yah, then Yah will say, then Yah will gather Israel right there. Now, let's go to Isaiah 41. 41. Diva, Mama just need a few more minutes. Okay, just give me a few more minutes. Mama's almost done. And we're going to get breakfast and everything. It's time for breakfast for them babies. Say, Mom, it's time to eat. Isaiah 41. So, it says, but, O Israel, my servant Jacob, you I have chosen. My servant Jacob, you I have chosen. Offspring of Abraham, who loved me. You whom I shall grasp at the ends of the earth, and shall summon from among the noblemen. And to whom you shall say, you are my servant. I have chosen you, and not rejected you. Fear not, for I am with you, but be not dismayed, for I am your power. I have strengthened you, even helped you, and even sustained you with my right hand. Behold, all who become angry with you will be shamed and humiliated. Those who fight with you shall be like nothingness and shall perish. The men who struggle with you, you shall seek them, but will not find them. The men who fight you, they shall be like nothingness and naught. For I am the Creator. I am the Creator, your power, who grasps your right hand, who says to you, fear not, for I help you. Fear not, O worm of Jacob, O men of Israel, for I help you. Why? Yah helps who? The worm of Jacob, the women. O men of Israel, for I help who? The worm of Jacob. These are the words of the These are the words of the Creator Yah and your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I have made you like new, sharp threshing in iron with many blades. You will thresh and pulverize mountains. You will make the hills like chaff. You will winnow them, and the wind will carry them off. A storm will scatter them, but you will rejoice in them, and in the Holy One of Israel you will glory. The poor and the destitute beg for water, for there is none. What is the water? The law. Their tongue withers from the thirst. I am the creator Yah who will answer you. Jeremiah 6 and 6. It says right here. I'm sorry, I said Jeremiah 6 and 6. Now I need to go see what Jeremiah 6 and 6 says. But Jeremiah 33 and 3, call on me and I'll answer you. And then Isaiah 41, I will answer them. The power of Israel, I will not forsake them. Says the power of Israel, I will not forsake them. I will open up rivers upon the hilltops and springs in the midst of the valley. I will turn the desert into a pond of water and the parched land into sources of water. In the wilderness, I will set a cedar and acacia. This is different type of trees. So we're going to have different ways of looking at things, because the cedar is going to give different fruit. Acacia is going to give different fruit. A myrtle is going to give different fruit. A pine tree is going to give different fruit. A cypress is going to give different fruit. A fir tree is going to give a different fruit. And a box tree is going to give different fruit in the desert. So that they shall, and that's 7 different trees, they should see and know and consider and understand together. So we're going to get together and start understanding. That's what we're doing now. We're pulled off to ourselves. And we start understanding that the hand of the Creator Yah has done this. The Holy One of Israel has brought it about. Bring your quarrel forward, says the Creator Yah. Present your accusations, says the King of Jacob. Let them bring forth their prophets. So y'all coming with y'all prophets. Y'all gonna come with y'all prophets. And let them tell us what will happen. What primal events signify. Tell it. That we may take it to heart and know their end. Inform us the future. Tell us the signs that will come in later times. And then we will know that you are the powers. That who y'all dealing with, that you can do good or evil together. We will discuss this and decide. So who is going to sit and discuss and decide? Right here. The 7. We're going to sit here. We're going to sit and discuss and decide. The cedar, the acacia, the myrtle, pine, the cypress, the fir, and the box. The house of Jacob. We're going to sit and we're going to decide. Yah says the men are going to come against you. They're going to fight you. The men will fight you. And that's happening as we speak. It's coming to pass as we speak. The men are going in making videos against the house of Jacob, against the women. They have nothing good to say about women. Even there are men making videos against the women of the book, our matriarchs. They're making videos against them. That's Isaiah 41 is coming to true, right to pass, right in front of our face. And y'all can't say this book ain't real. Y'all cannot say this book is not real. And where's the second precept? Because they have to have another precept of this right here. Yah says, I'm going to make you, I'm going to turn you into a sharp, I'm going to sharpen you. I am going to do this. I'm going to make you. That it says it right here in Isaiah 41. That's what y'all going to do to the house of Jacob. Yah says right here, behold, I have made you like new, sharp threshing iron, like many blades. You will thresh and pulverize mountains. You will make the hills like a chaff. You will winnow them, and the wind will carry them off. We gonna tear y'all asses up, because Yah has made us strong. Where's the second precept to that? Let's go. Let me pause y'all so I can feed these babies. Okay, I am back. Finally back. Took me an hour to do everything I needed to feed the dogs and all that, and walk them and stuff like that. So We were doing Jeremiah. What was we talking about? Oh, I know I was about to go. I think we did Isaiah. The last thing I talked about was Isaiah, and Jeremiah. Now we're gonna go to Micah. So we was at Isaiah 41. So let's go to Micah to show you there's a precept for that the Yah is gonna use the women. Because y'all don't believe that Yah even talk to women or anything, and that's between you and Yah. That's between you and the Yah. But it's just said in Isaiah 41 that the men that come up against us, Yah's gonna turn them into nothing. Mean y'all gonna kill y'all. Y'all gonna kill y'all. Y'all gonna kill y'all. So that's between you and Yah. Y'all gonna kill y'all for fighting with the daughters of Zion. That's what Yah said. Y'all, I'm gonna make you into nothing. What you think nothing is? An ash under the foot? Ash under the foot? That's Obadiah. Again, there in Obadiah, the house of Jacob. The house of Jacob. The house of Jacob right here. The house of Jacob. And then it says down here that the house of the children of Israel, who are among the Canaanites, where they're going to be exiled. They're going to inherit what? This. You're going to be over here with who? So if this the children of Israel are going to inherit what? This right here. And then it says here, the people, the tribes of the Southland, right here, are going to inherit the mountain of Esau. Then it says here, the children of Israel. Children of Israel, ain't that what it called you over there? The men? The children of Israel? The children of Israel said the men is going to inherit what? The cities of the south. You're not even going to be in Zion. But in here, house of Jacob, in the house of Joseph, we inherit what? Mount Zion. We're going to inherit Mount Zion, the house of Jacob. And the children of Israel, the men, are going to inherit the cities of the south. That's what it say. That's what it say. That's what I want you to know. But let's go to Micah. This is why y'all had me order this book. Because I was over there with y'all, the south and the south and the north, the south tribe and the north tribe. So let me see, right here. Let's prove it. Be in pain and groan like women, O daughter of Zion. For now you will leave the city and dwell in the field, and you will come to Babylon, and there you will be rescued. There the Creator Yah will redeem you from the palms of your enemies. And now many nations have assembled against you. Let her be proclaimed guilty. The cities then they're saying, let the women, the daughters of Zion, be guilty. Y'all doing that right now. Y'all doing that right now. Y'all proclaiming the women of the daughters of Zion guilty. Y'all even saying it was all Eve's fault. You don't even know the real reason why they got in trouble. And let our eyes behold Zion, but they do not know the thoughts of the Creator Yah and do not understand the Creator Yah's counsel. For the Creator Yah has gathered them like sheaves to the threshing floor. Arise and thresh them, O daughters of Zion, for I will make your horn like iron. I will make your hooves like copper. You will grind many peoples, and I will consecrate unto the Creator all their ill-gotten riches and their wealth unto the authority of the entire land. And then it says right here, and then we're going to go do what? The daughters of the armed hand is going to do what? We're going to strike the cheek of the who? The judges of Israel. Then it goes down here and says the judges of Israel, the men of Israel, the judges of Israel. Y'all says down here. Go ahead. 5. Let's go down to Micah 7. It says, the judges of Israel, woe is for me. I am like the last picking of the summer fruit. He said, Micah says, I am the last picking of the summer fruit. Micah is the last righteous man. Woe is me, for I am like the last picking of the summer fruits, like the gleanings of the grape harvest. There is no cluster to eat. My soul yearns for a ripe fruit. The devout one has disappeared. The devout ones have disappeared from the land. And upright among the men. There are no more upright men. They all lie in ambush to shed blood. They trap each man his brother with a net. It says the same thing in Jeremiah 9. It's Jeremiah 8 and 9. They expect to benefit from the evil of their hands. An official asks for bribes. The judges who? The judges who? The judges of who? The judges of Israel. The judges has a share in the payment. And the nobleman, what did y'all say? I'm going to take you away from the nobleman in Isaiah 41. And the nobleman expressed his selfish desires, and they played them together. The best of them is like a thorn, the upright one. And like the upright one, they are like what? Hedge of thistles. Have y'all seen thorns and thistles? On the day of your expectation. In the other version, it says visitation. Your punishment will come. Now you will become perplexed. You're going to be sitting there perplexed. The judges of Israel are going to be sitting here perplexed. They're going to be perplexed. Y'all going to be perplexed, y'all. Because y'all ain't going to understand why y'all is giving you punishment. Y'all says, your punishment is coming. Judges, officials, and noblemen. The best of them are what? Thorns. And the upright one is a hedge of thistles. It says, y'all going to be perplexed. And then it says, do not trust a friend. Do not rely on an official. Guard your doorways of your mouth from the one who lies in your bosom. For a son disparages his father, and a daughter rises up against the mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies are the people of his household. As for me, I will put hope in the Creator Yah and await the Creator Yah of my salvation. And my power will hear me. Do not rejoice over me, my enemy, for thou I fell, I will rise, though I sit in the darkness. Now, where does it say you can't trust a woman in here? It says don't trust the men. They changed it in y'all book to women. The pen of the wicked scribes. Now, this the Hebrew over here, baby. There's the Hebrew right there. There it is right there. There it is right there. People who know how to read Hebrew, go in there and tell them what it say. It don't say woman right there. It says men. It says men. The men. It says here. Now, remember this part about the nobleman? And then the other one. They express their selfish desires. It is the men that says their selfish desire. Now, let's go back to Isaiah 41. Who the nobleman we talking about? Who the nobleman we talking about? Precept upon precept do what? Bring joy to the heart. And I didn't know this was going to end up being this long. I thought this was going to be a few minutes. Isaiah 41. Let's go back up to Isaiah 41. They're talking about you, man. They're talking about you. Let's go back to Isaiah 41, then we'll come back down to Jeremiah 9. Jeremiah 8. Jeremiah 15. There we go. Let's go read it again. But you, O Israel, my servant Jacob, you who I have chosen, offspring of Abraham, who loved me, you I shall grasp from the ends of the earth, and shall summon you from all its noblemen. So I'm going to take you away from the noblemen of Israel. I'm going to take you away from them. And to whom I shall say, you are my servants. I have chosen you and not rejected you. I ain't rejected you. I ain't rejected you. I ain't rejected you. I ain't rejected you. I didn't reject you, Jacob. The men told you I rejected you. I didn't reject you. I have chosen you and not rejected you. He says, you are my servants. I shall say you are my servant. I chose you and I ain't rejected you. But the men, the noblemen tell us that y'all did reject us. And then y'all tell us not to teach. Y'all tell us not to teach. Right here. Let's go. Go back to Micah. Let's go back to Micah chapter 2. And then I'm going to show you another precept where y'all told us to stop talking to y'all. Stop teaching. Stop teaching. Y'all, it was you, man. It was you, man. This is the war of the roses going on right here. The woman against the man. The house of Jacob against the house of Israel. That's what's going on right now. But y'all said y'all gonna straighten the women, the house of Jacob. Y'all gonna tell me this book ain't real? Y'all ain't gonna tell me this book ain't real? Y'all gonna tell me this book ain't real? This book real, because this the part I was dreading. I was praying that I was wrong when I read this. And y'all been going in on these women the last few. Woo, woo. Y'all men been going on these women the last few months. Even going after the matriarchs, going after Sarah, going after Deborah, going after Huldah, going after all of them. Going after them, calling them lies, and they live, and they literally, one guy said that Huldah and Deborah and Sarah was listening to the devil. And my sister, Israel said, so the devil helped Israel save their life. Devil helped Israel save their life. The devil. That is exactly what this dude said. That is the devil that all women listen to. This is a y'all only man said this. So y'all only man said this. And that y'all don't ever talk to no woman. That y'all don't ever talk to no woman. What is his name? D.H. Elder? D.H. Hughley Elder or something? His name is. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, he said that out his own mouth. He said that out his own mouth. So every time that y'all sent in, when y'all sent Miriam to help, she was listening to the devil. That's what he said. When y'all sent in Deborah to help, she was listening to the devil. When y'all told Abraham to listen to Sarai, she was listening to the devil. When y'all told the people to listen to wisdom, told Solomon to listen to wisdom, she is your mother, then the wisdom is the devil. That's what the man is teaching. That's what he's teaching. This is a war. But y'all says the women are going to win. Why? Because y'all says, I am the one that's strengthening you. Let me show you. I'm the one that's strengthening you. Y'all said that's the one that's strengthening you. I chose you. I didn't tell them I didn't choose you. That's something they came up with their own stuff. Then y'all goes down at the bottom of Isaiah 41 and says, all your accusations against them. In Isaiah 41 and Micah 4, chapter 4, y'all are accusing us and calling us guilty of lying, calling us liars. The daughters of Zion, saying we're demons. We were listening to demons. Yo, I can't make this up. You can't make this up. That lets you know this book is real. Because it's happening in real time. Hey, leave that. Stop that. I'm sorry. Let me get on over here. Says right here, this is their prophets. Do not preach. They preach. It says, their prophet says, do not preach. They preach. They shall not preach to these people, so that shame shall not overtake them. Should this be said to the who? House of Jacob. They're telling the house of Jacob. Their prophets are telling the house of Jacob not to preach. Their prophets are telling the house of Jacob not to preach. Now we just seen who the house of Jacob is, right? He says, should this be said to the house of Jacob? Has the creator y'all become short-spirited, where you can't talk to the house of Jacob? That's what y'all's asking right there. Or are these the creator y'all's deeds? Because behold, my ways are benevolent with the one who walks up with uprightness. So whoever walks in uprightness, that's who I talk to. That's what y'all saying. Yesterday, my people arose as enemy to its own fellows. For the sake of garments, a mantle, would you strip them, making innocent passerbyers fugitives of war? You evicted each of the women of my people from the homes of her delight. And for her young children, you remove my glory forever. Oh, so that's the women right there. Jacob right there. That's the women. Y'all let you know right there, that's the women. Y'all told us don't preach. Where else did y'all told us to stop prophesying? Where else you told us to stop prophesying? First, let me show you this. So you won't say, it don't say that. It don't say that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What does it say right there? Human plans and Yah's plans. What does it say? Do not prophesy, their prophet says. Do not prophesy about these things. Disgrace will take over you. You descendants of Jacob, should this be said? Do not prophesy, they tell us to do. Do not prophesy. So where else did the men, tell the women don't prophesy? Where else? Where else? Oops, I just remembered. I got to go back to Stone Edition tonight. The one thing I learned, it'll go right back to it. Where else does it say that at? Where else? Where else? Where is tell you not to prophesy? So right there it says don't prophesy. Don't prophesy. Don't preach. Don't preach. Come on, ain't that what they tell us at church all the time? Women ain't supposed to preach. You ain't supposed to. The women gonna lead you down the road. But y'all just said right here. Right here. Two right there. Hey, get off of him. Right here. That the women or the one is gonna go over here and do what? Strike the cheek of the judges of Israel. It's going to be who? The daughters of the armed band. So y'all told us to muster ourselves, the daughters of the armed band, and go do what? With a stick, they strike the cheek of the judges of Israel. Then you go down here and you find out what the judges of Israel are doing. The judges of Israel are doing what? Taking bribes, payments, and the noblemen's, or expressing their selfish desire. Their selfish desire. The noblemen are expressing their selfish desire. Their desire. The nobleman. This is a nobleman. Right there. And let's go on back over here. Let's go on back over here. Precept upon precept do what? Bring what to the heart? Joy. Joy, my people. Jeremiah. We need to go back up to Isaiah. So they're expressing their selfish desires. That's what y'all just said. They're doing their selfish desires. Y'all never said that. Then you go back over here to Isaiah 41. What did it say? What did it say? I told you I ain't got no dog in this fight. Y'all's the one got the dog in this fight. Y'all's the one got the dog in this fight. You arguing with y'all. You ain't arguing with me, baby. You ain't arguing with me. My servant Jacob, you whom I have chosen, offspring of Abraham, who love me. Who you who I shall grasp from the ends of the earth, and shall summon from on all its noblemen, and to whom I shall say, you are my servant. I have chosen you, not rejected you. So the nobleman just said over there that is their selfish desire, and then Yah says, "I'm gonna go to the go get you from the nobleman, and I'm finna go tell you that I didn't tell them that. I ain't tell them that. Y'all said I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell these noblemen this. I ain't tell them that. They the one made that up. That was their selfish desires. And to whom I shall say to you, you are my servant. Who is my servant? Jacob, my servant. Jacob is the servant. My servant Jacob. And y'all is fussing at you, oh Israel. When y'all owe you like that, I'm trying to get your attention. My servant is Jacob. You, I chose. I didn't choose you. I didn't tell you I rejected you. I have chosen you and not rejected you. But the nobleman said it. It was the nobleman who said we were rejected. And it was the nobleman who said, Jacob, the house of Jacob, not to preach. Y'all said I didn't say that. I'm finna show you another place where it says that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. Says it there again. Because we were prophesying. What y'all do? What y'all do? What does this says? Woe, O wayward sons. The sons. The word of the Creator Yah, who take counsel, but not from me. And who accept their ruler, but not of my spirit. Woo! So the men do what? The wayward sons do what? They do what? Who take counsel. These are the words of the Creator Yah. The wayward sons who take counsel, but not of me. When the me is capitalized, that's Yah. Not from me. Who accept rulers, but not from my spirit. In order to add sin upon sin. Who are going to descend to Egypt. Y'all went back to the ways of Egypt. But did not inquire by my mouth, that's Yah's mouth, to seek the strength in Pharaoh's stronghold. What's a stronghold? Ain't that they spirit? So y'all went and seek in despair, and that's what that male deity come from. That male deity. Y'all ain't talking to y'all. Y'all ain't talking to y'all. Y'all talking to male deities. If you talking to a male deity, you ain't seen y'all come in as a power of female and male. You ain't talking to y'all. If you're teaching against the daughters of Zion, you ain't talking to the Creator Yah. I seen y'all as a man and I seen y'all as a female. I seen y'all as both. I seen y'all as a female. I didn't realize who the female was. And I saw the female. She was beautiful. She was wisdom. She was beautiful, beautiful black woman. She was putting in my mouth. I saw her. This happened in 2021. I saw her. She put in my mouth a seal. I saw the seal. If I could project to you what I saw. If I could project to you what I saw, but I can't. Only thing I can do is describe it, and I don't think I'm giving it justice. I don't think I'm giving it justice. The stuff, what I saw. And I saw her stand over me. And I looked up, and there was plenty of people, women and men. And and she had, like a painting easel, and there was these little paintball, it looked like paintballs that had been pressed with a seal, and it was a copper colored seal. It was copper colored seal, and it was Hebrew, but I can't remember the Hebrew words, and it was placed into my mouth, and y'all and y'all, hey y'all was going around placing it into the mouth. I thought she was an angel. I didn't realize that was Haya until later on, because and then I saw the male version of oh my gosh. I just realized I got that wrong. That wasn't Yah in that dream. That was the deity right here, the stronghold of Pharaoh. Because everybody was gathering around. Everybody was gathering around him. Everybody was gathering around him. But now that I think about it, their hair was cut. But when I saw Haya putting into our mouth, putting the copper colored, I'm gonna call it paintball, off of the easel, everybody had long hair. Everybody had long hair. Nazarites have long hair. The Nazarite are set apart for Yah. These other people didn't have hair on their head. Oh, y'all, I just realized, because y'all, when I have a dream, it stays with me, and I can see it in my eyes, like it plays like a movie in my eyes. And now that I'm speaking about it again, and I'm looking at it again, oh wow, oh wow, I just realized the difference. Because in Yah says, those who cut, if you cut your hair, if you're cutting your hair, Yah's gonna see about you. Oh my goodness, I just realized that. I'm sorry, hey, I'm sorry for saying that was you. I'm sorry. I repent. And to take, oh my goodness, so Pharaoh's stronghold. So that's Pharaoh's stronghold. So Pharaoh's as a stronghold. And my sister, Youth of Israel, oh my goodness, I just realized that. I got to go repent for saying that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, hey, I'm sorry. And you know what? I saw in the garden, I saw a woman in the garden more than one time. And when we came through the portal, it was a woman in charge. I saw that several times. And you know what I thought? I thought that was an angel. Because I had several encounters where I went through a portal and I came out and it was a Garden of Eden. It was a Garden of Eden. And I saw all of the people there in the Garden of Eden. And they were all so-called black people, women and men. And I walked through the place and I was looking at them. And they looked happy and in peace and in joy. And I know those had to be our ancestors. And it was all light and it was beautiful and everything was green and beautiful and plants everywhere. And I had that more than one time. I saw that more than one time. Oh my goodness. I just realized now that Haya, because if you go into the Haya or even the Yahweh, if you do the Tetragrammaton, I don't care which it is, there's two feminine versions of it. You hear that? Sound confirmation. There's two feminine versions of it, and there's only one male. And that's the Y, that is the Yod, that's the power. Wow. But the understanding and the understanding and the creation came from the Haya, and it's two Hayas, which is the feminine. Okay, let me pull my brain back. Okay, because I just went deep down in the rabbit hole in my head. Okay, so Oh my goodness. Okay. Therefore, let's go back up here. Therefore, thus says the Creator Yah, who redeemed Abraham, the house of Jacob. Jacob will be not ashamed now, and the face will not be pale now. When this is Isaiah 29, you know, I never noticed that before. Therefore, and this says this, who redeemed Abraham to the house of Jacob. Yah redeemed Abraham to the house of Jacob. Jacob will not be ashamed now, and the face will not be pale now. When Jacob sees the children, my handiwork in their midst, who will be sanctified my name. They will sanctify the Holy One of Jacob. Wow. And revere the power of Israel. Those of misguided spirit will attain understanding, and complainers will learn the Creator Yah's instruction. Complainers will learn the Creator Yah's instructions. Then it says, woe, O wayward sons. So we know that the house of Jacob is the women. Oh, now Yah's fussing at the sons who take counsel, but not from me, who accepts a ruler, but not of my spirit, in order to add sin upon sin, who are going to descend to Egypt, but did not inquire of my mouth to seek strength. And Yah went to seek strength in Pharaoh's stronghold, and to take shelter in Egypt's shade. Pharaoh's stronghold will be a shame for you, and the shelter in Egypt will be a humiliation, for its officers were in Zoan. Its messengers, you know who messengers are, have reached Haim. Its angels, those are the fallen messengers, have reached Haim. Everyone has been shamed by this people who cannot benefit them, not of assistance and not of benefit, but for shame, even for disgrace. They load animals to travel to the south through the land of affliction and adversity, mature lion and young lion, among them viper, flying serpents. They can't carry their wealth upon their shoulders, of young donkeys, and their riches upon the camels' humps, to a people who cannot provide benefit. And then it says, as for Egypt, they will help with vanity and emptiness. Therefore, I say to this, they are arrogant, sitting idle. Now go and write this prophecy on the tablets in your presence, and inscribe it in a book, and let it remain until the final day. So this book is going to be written for the final days, forever, for eternity. For it is a rebellious people, dishonest children who are not willing to hear the teachings of the Creator. Y'all don't want to hear it. Children of Israel, who says to the seers, do not see. Y'all say to the seers, do not see. Who's the seers? Y'all told the seers, don't see. And to the prophets, do not see true visions for us. Speak pleasant things to us. See fantasies for us. Veer from the way. Stray from the path. Remove from our presence the words of the Holy One of Israel. Y'all told us to get away from you and do not see and do not prophesy. Y'all told us don't do it. That's the same thing you said over here. It's the same thing you said over here. I told us don't do it. Y'all went to Egypt and got y'all information. Y'all went to Egypt and got y'all information. Y'all getting y'all shit from Egypt. Egypt is the one taught y'all sacrifice. Egypt is the one that taught y'all idol worship. Egypt is the one that told y'all that it is the daughters of Zion's are guilty. Let me say it. Let me show it to you again. Show it to you again. Egypt is the one that's telling y'all that. Y'all getting that from them Egyptians. Y'all ain't getting that from y'all. Y'all said I never said this. Oh my goodness. Oops. Can't see, what does that say? How did I go all the way back up to Judges? How did it get me all the way back up to the book of Judges? The book of Kings. Oh, I see how. Thing enlarge. What you buffing about? What are you huffing and buffing about, Bishop? We're going back to Micah. What am buffing about, Mama? I gotta lay down my back curtain. Come on up here and lay down. Yeah, lay down, puppy. Come here, lay down, puppy. This thing is on the charger. Why is it not charging? Did it unplug? Yep, it unplugged. Yep, okay. All right, let's go back up here. I'm taking my time because I'm waiting for it to load. Because I keep going too fast, it won't load. See what I'm talking about? If I go too fast, it won't load. That's the one thing I learned too. Praiseworthy is the man who walked not in the counsel of the wicked, and stood not in the path of the sinful, and sat not in the session of scorners. But his desire is in the Torah of the Creator Yah, and in Yah's Torah. He meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree deeply rooted alongside the brooks of water, that yields its fruit in its season, and whose leaf never withers. Everything that he does will succeed. Ooh. But let me show y'all something in Jeremiah after I show you this in Micah. Let me show you this. It says everything you do will succeed. Not so the wicked. Rather, they're like the chaff the wind drives away. So if you meditate on Yah's Torah day and night, and if you do it on Yah's Torah, the real Torah, not the fake Torah, not the fake Torah, not the fake Torah. If you meditate it, you will succeed. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Precept upon precept bring joy to the heart, y'all. Y'all stopped that there for a reason. Y'all stopped that there for a reason. Let's go back to Micah. Woo. Let me show you something. After I do this, Micah, y'all gonna be accusing us. The other nations, Egypt is gonna be accusing us. Hey, God. Back, and there's Nahum, and it should be Micah right here. Says here, there the Creator Yah will redeem you from the palms of the hand of your enemies. And now many nations have assembled against you. Who is y'all talking to? The daughters of the Zion. The daughters of the Zion. Where is this? Right here. On that day I will assemble the lame and gather them, and gather in the ones driven away. Who was driven away? Who was driven away? Who was driven away? Yesterday, my people rose as an enemy to his own fellow for the sake of garment and mantle, and you will strip them and making innocent passerbyers fugitive of war. You evicted the women of my people. So who did y'all drive away? The women. So you go down here, and y'all's gonna say, there. It says, many nations have assembled against you. They will say, let her be proclaimed guilty. Let her be proclaimed guilty. Who is that? Who y'all proclaiming guilty? And Yah says, I will surely gather all of you, O Jacob, and I will surely assemble the remnant of Israel. So there's a remnant of Israel, and all of Jacob will be saved. All Jacob will be saved. So when you the O in front, that means listen. I will surely gather all of you, O Jacob. Listen, Jacob, I will gather all of you, and I will surely assemble the remnant of Israel. So there's only going to be a remnant of Israel. Let's go to Amos 5. Amos. Amos 5. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Mm-hmm. Woe to the overcompliment. Woe to the serene people in Zion and the secure people in the Mount Samaria. They are called for the foremost nation, be the house of Israel. Woe to the who? House of Israel. Woe to the who? The confident men. What does it say right here? The final fall. Who's the final fall of? The house of Israel. Not the house of Jacob. Not the house of Jacob. Lament, O house of Israel. Oh, so the city from which 1,000 people go forth will be left with 100, and one from which 100 people go forth, there will be left with 10 of the house of who? Israel. So all of Jacob's going to get saved, and 10 of the house of Israel in the what? Final fall. Now, let's go back up here to the succeed. Now, let's go to succeed, which is in Jeremiah 22. You will not. It says down here. Let me make sure I show you that again. Going back down to Psalms 1. Precept upon precept, bringing joy to the heart. All praises to the Creator, y'all, for allowing me to be a vessel that could be used. I'm finna show y'all that they took that out y'all book too. That y'all says y'all can't, y'all a vessel y'all can't use. Watch, I'm finna show it to you. But first, let's go back over here to Psalms right here. It says what? If you do the Torah, the yields its fruit in its seasons, and the leaf never withers. Everything that he does will succeed if you do the Torah. I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to screenshot that. If you do y'all's Torah, you will succeed. But it says up here, in Jeremiah chapter 22, watch. What does it say about the house of Judah? But I have that time. You know, I got time. I got time to sit and read. I think I'm the only one I know that is fully retired. Let's go to Jeremiah 22. Let's show you what it says about the house of Judah. Do, 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 do. And they'll be like, Judah, stand up. Ooh, the redemption of Jacob right there. Y'all's gonna redeem Jacob, the house of the women. For the Creator Yah will have redeemed Jacob and delivered them from the hand of the mighty one than them. See, they changed it to a patriarchal thing. It's all men. So So y'all see this, right? Jeremiah 31 is about the who? The redemption of Jacob, the house of Jacob. Do 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 do. Okay, now let's go up to 22. 22 right there. Let's see about succeeding. Now it says, see, they took this part out y'all book. It says, is this man Kona a despised, shattered statue? What is the statue made out of, y'all? Remember, Yah says, I'm the clay maker. An unwanted vessel? Woo, woo. So I'm a vessel that can be used, but Kona can't. Let's go and see what else Yah says about it. And then it says, why have he and his descendants been displaced and thrown into the land they do not know? O land, O land, O land, hear the words of the Creator Yah. Thus says the Creator Yah. Inscribe this man to become childless, a man who will not succeed in his life, for none of his descendants will ever succeed at being a man who sits on the throne of David and ever rule over Judah. Oh my goodness. So they will not succeed. Why are they not succeeding? Why they ain't succeeding? Because they don't teach the Torah. They don't teach the Torah. Y'all don't teach the Torah. How do we know you don't teach the Torah? Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Woe to the shepherds who lose and scatter my sheep of the pasture. These are the words of the Creator Yah. Therefore, thus says the Creator Yah, the power of Israel, concerning the shepherds who tend my people. You scattered my sheep and dispersed them. You did not pay attention to them. Behold, therefore, I visit upon you the wickedness of your deeds. Oh, so you're going to get the wickedness of your deeds. Oh, there's your recompense right there, baby. The words of the Creator Yah. And I shall gather together the remnant of my sheep from all the lands wherein I had dispersed them, and I shall bring them back to their coasts, and they will be fruitful and multiply, and I will establish a shepherd for them who will tend them, and they will no longer be afraid, nor be terrified, nor suffer losses. These are the words of Creator Yah. Because y'all are doing what? The house of Judah doing what? The house of Judah doing what? Y'all are shepherding. Y'all the shepherds who lose and scattered my sheep. What y'all doing? And y'all, what? His descendants will what? None of his descendants will ever succeed. And he is a what? Shattered statue and an unwanted vessel. That ain't in y'all book. It ain't in there. It ain't in there. Woo, woo. Y'all said I didn't choose you. I chose the house of Jacob. Y'all, is there anything else y'all need me to tell them and show them? Precept upon precept bring what? Joy to the heart. And that y'all went to who? Let's go on. No, there's one more. Let's go back up here. To Jeremiah 9. One more again. Jeremiah 9. One more again. And it says, behold, the days are coming. These are the words of the Creator Yah. When I shall deal with everyone who is circumcised for his uncircumcision, with Egypt and with Judah, with Edom, with the children of Ammon, with Moab, and with all of those who dwell in the remoteness corners of the wilderness. For all the nations are uncircumcised, and the house of Israel is of uncircumcised heart. The house of Israel. And y'all thinking that's the 10 tribes, and they gone. Then it says, hear the words of the Creator Yah has spoken concerning you, O house of Israel. Thus says the Creator, do not learn from the way of the nations. Do not be frightened by the signs of the heavens. So y'all says right there, I ain't teach y'all no moon right there. That right there shows you that. Thou, the nations are frightened by them. For the practices of the nations are foolish. And for one takes wood that he cut down for the forest, fashion it by an artisan with an adze and embellish it with silver and with gold, fasten it with nails and with hammers so that it does not come apart. And they are like sculptured palm trees. They do not speak. They are carried about, for they cannot walk, and do not fear them, for they cannot do harm, no can they do good. There is none like you, O Creator Yah. You are great, and your name is great in might, and who would not fear you, O kings of the nations? For kinship benefits you. For among all the wise men of the nations and all their kingdoms, it is known that there is none like you. They are uniformly foolish and stupid and vain. That's why I call y'all that, for which they are punished. It is but wood, beaten silver, and imported from Tarshish, and gold from Euphrates, and work of the artisans, and the hands of the goldsmiths. Turquoise and purple are their raiment. All of them they work skilled craftsmen, but the Creator Yah, our power, is true. He is living power, eternal king. From the Creator Yah's anger, the earth quakes, and the nations cannot bear the Creator Yah's wrath. And it says here, thus says the Creator Yah, will they fall out and not rise? If he would repent, will he not return to them? Then why is this rebellious people of Jerusalem eternally rebellious? They hold fast to guile. They refuse to repent. I have listened and I have heard. They speak untruth. No man relents his evil, saying, what have I done? They all follow their course like horses racing ahead in war. Even the stork in the heaven knows its migration and its seasons, and the turtle dove and the swift and the crane keep the time of their arrival. But my people do not know the law of the Creator Yah. Why? How can you say we are wise? The Creator Yah Torah is with us. Indeed, they have made the quill falsehood, and the scribes are false. They made it falsehood, and they made it false. You are reading false doctrine. There is no sacrifice. There is nothing like that. Yah says up here, they're stiff-necked and become worse than their forefathers in the wilderness. It says here, says, on the day that I took you out of the land of Egypt, concerning burnt offerings and peace offerings, says, I did not speak with your forefathers, nor did I command them on that day that I took them out of the land of Egypt, concerning burnt offerings and peace offerings. I never spoke to them about it. Then it says here, says, but to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I had not commanded, and it had not entered my mind. So if it never entered y'all's mind, y'all never told anybody to do anything with sacrifices ever. And it never even entered my mind. Ever. It never even entered my mind for anything of any type of sacrifices. I never said it. Never said it here. And it never even entered my mind here. So you need to go out and look for the things. Let's go back to the beginning of what this started out to be. Why I started going down the rabbit hole. Why did I start going down the rabbit hole? Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you, even show you great and mighty things that which have been confined and hidden. So this is why I go down the rabbit hole. Because there are things which you do not know and understand and cannot distinguish. And the only way you can distinguish is if you call to Yah, and Yah will answer you, and Yah will tell you, call to me and I will answer you. And then it says over here in Isaiah 41. Look like it's finna rain. Like it's finna rain out there. It done got dark. It was extra sunny a minute ago. Isaiah 41 said we did what? Says here, the poor and the needy are seeking water, but there is none. Their tongues are parched with thirst. I, the Creator Yah, will answer them. So, what does this says? Yah will answer. So, let's go. Let's give y'all the praise, all the glory, and all the esteem, and all the might. I love y'all with all my heart and all my soul. Strengthen me, y'all, and keep pouring into me, and give me eyes to see and ears to hear, and a mouth that'll confess that you are the one and only. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Hallelujah. Woo!